and welcome to the Wrestling Corner episode number 48, Wrestle Kingdom. We'll talk about that very soon. Obviously, it's been Wrestle Kingdom Night 1 and 2 yesterday and then this morning. That's why the podcast is obviously a bit late. But as per, I'm always joined by Simon. How are you with this lovely Tuesday afternoon?
I'm alright, thanks. Quite tired. Consecutive early starts for Wrestle Kingdom, but I think it will worth it.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think luckily these shows are so good that it's sort of worth, and they do not drag on, but they are very long. I still think it's matter.
The one yesterday went for 5 hours, 5 minutes.
Mental in it, but yeah, it doesn't feel. It doesn't feel like it drags, and I don't know why.
No, because it's just maybe because it's something different. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. The one yesterday for me did drag a bit.
The thing is, the matches weren't actually as long. Like you had a 34-minute match, which was the Battle Royale. Well, we'll start the show. We'll talk about it. So you had a 34-minute match, which was the New Japan Rambo. So that's their Rumble, basically, where people come in the ring. It's Final Four advance to the King of Pro Wrestling 2021 match the day after. So you had, I think Minoru Suzuki was in it. You had a bunch of people in it. It's sort of hard to sort of recap. Like Minoru Suzuki, Tomohiro Ishii. Was I think Gabriel Kidd was in it as well. I'm pretty confident.
He was, yeah.
WCPW legend Gabriel Kidd, Rocky Romero, Yoan Shaw, basically a bunch of people who just didn't make the card. The final four winners were Chase Owens, Bad Luck Fale of Bullet Club, and then Bushi and Toru Yano. So they would advance to the next night's match. Then we had our sort of first proper match. It was, I think, he's one guy, Hiromu Takahashi. Him and Daryl. He's one of my favourite. Like, I don't watch New Japan often. I probably will watch Wrestle Kingdom, and then if I hear there's an amazing match. But he's an guy I always keep my eyes out for, just because he's so entertaining. He's lock in ring. But Hiromu Takahashi takes on Bullet Club's El Fantasma. It's the best of Super Juniors winner versus a Super J Cup winner. Takahashi does pick up on the win, which means he would challenge the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion.
I've seen Takahashi live.
Where?
My flat. O2 Academy in Leeds.
Really? What card?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find. I can't remember who was against. It was opening match. He defeated. Do you know Speedball Mike Bailey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it him versus Takahashi?
Yeah, it's still by far the best show I've ever been to. I'm just looking back on it now. I've got it. Pentarel 0M, Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, War Machine, man.
Was this WCPW?
Yeah, I got tickets for Stacked in Leeds back in August 2017.
I'm about to say, was this WCPW or was it what did it become?
No, it was WCPW. It was Prime WCPW.
Was that like when Martin Kirby was Prime babyface or heel, depending on?
He was on it, but he faced Alex Gracie, so I think he was face. But you look at the names on it, just sorry, enough about my experience. Yeah, Takahashi's. He's very colourful.
He is. It was his outfit this morning where I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, quite. I've just tried to get the grades up for this one. I've accidentally searched for Impact Wrestling. It's always on my mind.
Yeah, but Takahashi picks up the win over El Fantasma.
Again. Oh, yeah. This was a match that I did actually have a bit of investment in because I watched Super J Cup where Fantasma earned the opportunity. Yeah.
Good match. They're good, aren't they?
They are very good. Well, that tends to be the theme of wrestling. You don't tend to wrestle in New Japan unless you're not.
Yeah. Then we had the tag team match as Dangerous Tekkers, Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi. Amazing name. Against GOD, which was Tangaloa and Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga pick up the win. GOD, Bullet Club. They become basically the new IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Good match.
I'm not going to lie, I missed this because I had issues with my streaming stuff.
I watched this one. Good match.
There's one guy in New Japan who's like my boy, who's like, you know, the one that you get behind, and he was on night one. Can you guess who it is?
That's your boy.
Who I'm drawn to.
Tangaloa or like Kojima?
Okay. No, it's actually Great O'Khan, but we'll come on to him.
Ah, right, okay. But yeah, good match. The finish was great. I think Taichi went for like a type of DDT. Tanglo reversed it into a stun gun. And then Tamatonga hit the stun gun. Tanglo hit another move. Then Tamatonga hit another stun gun for the win. So hitting the finish twice. Great match. Lose the belt though. Kenta, IWGP US Heavyweight Right to Challenge contract. Kenta versus Satoshi Kojima, and we got a little Kenta wins. And we got a little promo from Jonathan Moxley after Tony Khan said he won't be appearing on the show. Moxley filmed something, I'm guessing the American Dojo, saying, "Get ready, Kenta, because I'm coming for you." Basically,
I'd be surprised if it was in the American Dojo. We're opposite ends of the country, aren't they?
So I meant as in Moxley cut the promo from there.
Well, that's what I mean. Like Dojo's in LA, isn't it?
Yeah, but he lives in Las Vegas, doesn't he? Moxley does.
I thought they're all just living in Jacksonville at the moment.
And I think Moxley's living in LA because I know that
they're flying them in for every show.
I think so, yeah. Because I watched this week's Being the Elite, and Matt Jackson. I think we're at his house and we're going to go fly to Jacksonville now.
Crikey, right? Fair enough then. Yeah, I don't. Is Kojima like a New Japan legend?
I think so. Yeah, he's been around for a while.
I'm not familiar with him, but he seems to be very popular.
Yeah, I think he's going to be around for a while. He's 50. Fucking hell, he's 50. He's 51. No, 50.
Oh, yeah.
Bang on. So he's been around for a while. We had our first special singles match: Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Great O'Khan. Both legends of Japanese wrestling, at least. I'm going to let you talk about Great O'Khan.
Right. There's just something about him. I don't know whether it's because, so you know, in New Japan they get sent on like excursion and stuff.
Yeah, like Yeah, go on.
There was a time when RevPro had a TV deal in the UK for like a few months, and it was when Great O'Khan was on his excursion back in at the start, and he was sort of just figuring out the character. So I think I'm kind of drawn to him from that, but I don't know. It's just different, isn't it? The music, the question mark.
Yeah,
yeah. Even just the way he moves in the ring, he's like quite old school, and he looks like he's pretty scary, pretty intimidating.
It's a character. New Japan don't really have characters, do they? In terms of they have you have your Okadas, Tanahashi, where they become their own character because of how good they are. But you don't have a gimmick.
I'm fascinated by him, but I don't actually know what he is. What is the character?
What is a Great O'Khan?
Yeah. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when he was in RevPro, we didn't have the question mark thing, and it was spelled differently, and he had like a massive bodyguard with him. So I think anyway. So he's changed a bit. I don't know. Some people said he was boring, which I can understand because he's not the flashiest. But I don't know. I feel like New Japan have got big plans for him.
Yeah,
he's only been there for 2 years or so.
Yeah, I'm about to say, when you're wrestling Tanahashi and Wrestle Kingdom, you know it's a big deal. So, yeah.
Totally.
Who were it? It must have been 2 years ago. 2 New Japan stars. One went to America and one went to England. I can't remember who it was, but they were little shitters. Like, they're not shitters, but they weren't big names. But because they went over to England and America, they didn't become huge names, but they were just. Everyone was like, "Oh, that's cool. He's on the card." Because one went to Ring of Honor and one went to like RevPro and stuff. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I remember watching Ring of Honor when Jay White was there, but I don't think that was excursion. I think it was just there. Honestly, Jay White was like, this was the first Jay White match I've watched in like 3 years since he was like just white meat mid-card babyface.
Yeah.
Crikey, he's changed a bit.
He's changed. He's very good. We'll talk about him obviously. On the next night. Okada beats Will Ospreay. It was sort of Okada and Ospreay. Okada took Ospreay under his wing, brought him to New Japan. Again, this is where we talk about that New Japan storyline isn't like soap skits. Oh yeah, Okada brought Ospreay over. They were in chaos for a while, then Ospreay turned on him. Ospreay's trying to become a god now. and Okada has put him in his place, basically.
I'm not. Maybe it's because I'm not familiar with it, but I'm not feeling this version of Ospreay at all.
Yeah, the thing is, he's never been like proper babyface, but I don't think he's ever been proper heel. Apart, like, I don't know, like, I think this is when you got to get used to him and B, and who is it? Who comes out with him? It's another wrestler. You have B, and then
if they're in the end, the Great Khan, because they're both part of the Empire.
Yeah, that's who it is then. Your boy.
My boy, the Great Khan. They both took L's though, and I can't remember. I feel kind of bad talking about all this because I don't know what I'm on about. But isn't there a tag team as part of the Empire, and they also lose?
Hold up, I'll find out. The Empire. Empire.
I could well be wrong.
I found him. Okay, the group was formed in 2020. Jeff Cobb is the other member.
Yeah, and didn't he lose to Shingo Takagi?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Sure,
why not? But yeah, Ospreay loses, Okada picks up the win, and then in the main event, great main event, Kota Ibushi was the challenger to the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, and he picks up the win over Tetsuya Naito. Kota Ibushi's incredible, innit?
I'm fascinated by Kota Ibushi. He looked really lost. And he's a wrestler, he's very expressionless and emotionless, but it works. It totally works.
Because when he's hitting like these, like not the dives, it's the kicks. They were doing the jumps off the top rope with the kick. It just feels like he doesn't care, but in a good way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, I think he looks dead behind the eyes.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
And he looks like an action figure. Like he's so big. He's an unbelievable wrestler, and obviously he's 38 in the prime of his career, just won the big one. Don't fancy WWE. Like he's absolutely on top, but
that's the thing. He was supposed to be quitting wrestling after the cruiserweight stuff, and then he just went. No, and looking how he's main eventing both nights of Wrestle Kingdom.
Had he ever won like the big one before?
I don't think so. I think he. Let's look. Kota Ibushi. I'm seeing who did he train under? Randos, not Randos, but here we go. Championships and accomplishments, New Japan. IWGP Heavyweight Champion, one-time current. So yeah, once.
Okay.
But he's won New Japan Cup, G1 Climax, Best of the Super Juniors. He's won both tag belts. He's won the Junior Heavyweight 3 times, Intercontinental 2 times. He's won a lot.
Yeah, I would say because at the end of it, it was like Naito presented the belts to Ibushi, and apparently that was like a big emotional moment.
A passing of the torch.
Because I don't have any context of New Japan characters. To me, it wasn't, but I feel like that was a big moment.
Yeah. I'm guessing it was a passing of the torch.
Cool.
I presume it was. We'll move on to night 2, though. We'll go through it. We had 2 women pre-show matches. It's Stardom exhibition matches. I'm not familiar with any of them. It was AZM.
They didn't show this on my stream, so I've got no idea.
I haven't seen it as well, but AZM, Sayo Kamitani, Utami Hayashishita, beat Natu Supoi, Himeka, and Maika. And then in the second match, it was another tag team. It was Tam Nakano and Mayu Iwatani took a loss to Suri and Gulia, whoever they are.
I'm familiar with Mayu Iwatani.
I've heard of Mayu Iwatani, but I think that's just for like Twitter stuff. I've never seen
Familiar might be a strong word. I'll say I've heard of.
But the main show opened with that King of the Pro Wrestling, obviously, the Battle Royale. Gave you 4 compares, and Toriano picks it. The comedy guy in this match picks up the win. He's the guy who sells the DVDs. Yano was your R-Truth.
I saw people fantasy booking R-Truth against Toriano.
Yeah. because that would be very fun.
I need to see more of him to make a proper judgment.
Yeah, he's just he is a comedy guy, but he's a heel in terms of he'll just try to pick up the sneaky win.
Yeah, he's got quite a funny face, not in a bad way, but you can see him being a comedy guy.
Mm-hmm, for sure. And Yano picks up the win. We had then a tag team match for the junior heavyweight tag team championship. So that was Master Wato and Raisu Taguchi would take on Shinobu Kanemaru and El Desperado, defending the belts. Again, 13-minute match, tag team match. Nothing special, but it was the win.
Must be something about tag matches. Again, I had issues with this one in terms of watching it.
Really?
So
just couldn't get into it.
Just no streaming problems.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was also watching Raw Talk at this point. So you've got to get your priorities in check.
Yeah.
I've got to listen to Charlie Caruso telling Ali about all the cheers for Hulk Hogan, and then Ali just goes, "What cheers? They were piped in."
In that fake Yorkshire accent.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the matches of the night, Shingo Takagi versus Jeff Cobb. Just a big hoss off. It's what it was.
Men stopping me.
It was. Takagi does pick up the win, but yeah, it was just two big guys going at each other. Takagi's first defense of the belt.
Jeff Cobb has one of the best finishes in all of wrestling.
Tour of the Islands.
It's so good. When he hit it in AEW, that was the first time. I sound so uneducated. That was the first time I'd seen it.
Really?
I mean, I'd seen a bit of Matanza in Lucha Underground, but I don't think he used Tour of the Islands. But I could well be wrong.
It was the first time you remember him hitting anyway.
Yeah, Jeff Cobb's awesome.
Yeah, Cobb. I think Cobb is going to be a champion in New Japan. Clearly, they like him. Sanada picks up a win against Evil. Obviously, Evil joining Bullet Club. I think very recently, if I'm correct in thinking.
People don't seem to like Evil, like at all. I saw one person say it's the equivalent of having this was New Japan's equivalent of having Jinder Mahal win the title.
Really? If Evil,
because apparently Evil's just a mid-carder for life.
Well, I think like Evil and Sanada, they were a great tag team. So I don't know. If anything, I do prefer Sanada. So
again, I've not seen either of them before.
Sanada, obviously, on the LIJ side, Evil on the Bullet Club side, sort of a New Japan rivalry of them two factions. Sanada does pick up the win there. We had the two championship matches. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match. It was Bone Soldier Taiji Ishimori defending the belt against Hiromu Takahashi. Obviously won the match last night, so he's fresh off two matches and he gets the win. Hiromu's the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. I think the story is great for this. Was it nearly probably 24 months ago that he got that major injury where he landed on his neck, where it looked like he was never going to wrestle again, and then like 9 months later he'd returned. It was something mental like that, and now he's winning the belts.
Yeah, wait, who? Again, I didn't catch too much of this. Oh, this was the match against what's he called? He used to be in Impact. Bone Soldier, Taiji Ishimori. Yeah. Taiji Ishimori, Impact Wrestling legend.
Good match. It was a really good.
It's good though to see all these people who like not necessarily came on excursion, but they didn't really stand out, and now they're all just like top guys on New Japan.
That's the thing. You look at none of them have been pure New Japan. Jay White, like you said, was in Ring of Honor. He came from the dojo, but he was a mid card guy. He main evented. Kota Ibushi went and did the Cruiserweight Classic. Obviously, he was a big star anyway, but he wasn't loyal.
I stand corrected. Ishimori was not there on excursion. He's been wrestling for 18 years.
Oh, yeah. He looks like
he's got. Yeah, he does. That's why I presumed. He's got a really good look about him, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, just looking at the people he faced, yeah, he was in that GFW time, that very weird period of Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
Santana Ortiz, Desmond Xavier, Cameron Grimes. Yeah,
he's very good. He just looks really young.
but Yeah, I don't really know what is a bone soldier.
I don't know. Bone Soldier's been a character in New Japan for a while now.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident. There's multiple iterations of Bone Soldier, I think. I'm right.
And does everyone in Bullet Club have to have their nickname written in the Bullet Club text?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know.
Also,
GOD do as well.
in the previous match, we've got to shout out Dick Togo's elbow drop.
It was amazing, wasn't it? He genuinely did like there was someone on the table.
Was it meant to be that bad of a bump?
I don't think so.
Honestly,
I genuinely don't think so.
Right, he just jumped off.
He just jumped off.
The elbow was like a good I don't know.
But the main event, it was Kota Ibushi just defending the IWGP and Intercontinental Championships. Picks them against Jay White, and this match was nice. I mean, Jay White, the first night, came out and cut a promo to end the show, saying, "You get ready, Kota. Like, I'm whatever." He cut a typical heel promo saying he's ready. I think there was a lot of God themes based today, because I know Will Ospreay was talking about it. Jay White was. Jay White to pick up the win, but it was such a gritty match. It went for 48 minutes. It was such a long match. I don't think it'll ever go down as a classic. I think it will, but it will never be compared to the previous matches in like the past 5 years of New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom. People go, that was just a good match. It was gritty. I think it was paced well, because you knew it was going to be a long match. I think it was gritty. It paced well. It had good high spots. It had Jay White being the heel. You had a what's it called? Not Gator on the side. Gator on the side, trying to be that heel, holding Kota Ibushi down. Ibushi just not giving up. Typical white meat babyface. Easy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was very long. I'm not one for super long matches, and I know this is me as typical Westerner, and I know it's the way Japanese crowds are, and I know they've got to do it because of COVID regulations, but I think it feels unimportant because of the sheer lack of reaction.
Yes, and I understand that, and I know that when you've had the foreign crowds in, the matches are a bit more extravagant, and not extravagant, but the crowd. But the Japanese crowd have never been a massive thing. Match is good when they start clapping and stuff like that. Like, their respect for a match is very different to a UK crowd's respect or an American crowd's respect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know it's me being like, well, not saying why don't you react and stuff,
No.
that's what they do, but for me, it's half the game with wrestling. But they do make a bit more noise, don't they, when they're not all like restricted by masks and stuff.
When they're restricted, you hear a lot of chants in the background and stuff. Not chants, but like just screaming, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think COVID has restricted it quite a bit.
On the face of it, very good show. As I say, I'd like to catch more New Japan because it's just very good, isn't it?
Well,
you can't really say.
You want to catch New Japan? Well, they did announce that they're going to have a TV show. The TV show be able to be broadcasted in the UK and America. So,
well, the question is, will they get a Freeview deal, or is it going to be Sky Sports aren't going to take it? BT won't take it.
So you saw how Sky Sports operated when, what's it called, when they had WWE. They're not going to.
Yeah, I don't know. Who do you think will get it? Do you think it'll go to like Premier Sports? But
I'm thinking
they've got Impact.
Have Colin Murray do the commentary.
Oh, honestly, if Quest had it, that'd be quality.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm interested. I think I'm trying to remember who had Rev Pro. I think it was like the Showcase channel, which is like Sky 192 or something. Proper obscure.
Fair play. We'll wait and see. It'll be announced. I was trying to think of like American channels we've got. So, and they might just agree the same deal, like, it's going to be put on Challenge, let's just say, but it's the same for us in America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'll wait.
Didn't Challenge have Impact at one point?
Yeah, Challenge had Impact for not for long, but they had it for sure. But we're already 20 minutes in, so we'll move on to what was a very emotional show. But was one of the best AEW shows. It was the episode to commemorate Brody Lee. So the show opened up, the entire AEW roster was on top of the ramp, did a 10-bell salute for him. It was just, you saw a lot of people crying or very emotional. Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, Jim Ross, and Chris Jericho just said, the show is to honor Brody Lee. And then the things got, I think it was a very sad opening, but it had to be done.
Yeah. It did. The whole show was just, the tone of it was perfect from start to finish.
Yeah, it wasn't in bad taste. Stuff that came out after, like that Eddie Kingston sort of, not promo, but the speech backstage where he was just rallying the entire roster. Basically, just, it was a comment from me. It was like, tell everyone you love him. My dad told me after 50 years, and it was too late by then. And I was like, wow, like, and that's not even him on TV. That's just him in real life.
Yeah.
But yeah, the show opened up with the Young Bucks and Colt Cabana of the Dark Order versus Private Party. So every time a Dark Order person was in a match, which was, I think, every single one, if I'm correct.
Apart from Alan Angels, who was taking care of Brody Lee Jr.,
who was great this year. But yeah, so they all came out. Colt very clearly emotional, nearly crying. John Silver comes out late because he was crying. They hold up their hand as Colt Cabana wrestles. The finish comes where the Private Party caught Nick Jackson in Gin and Juice, hits a shooting star, Mark Quinn hits a shooting star, Colt breaks it up. Hardy tries to give the steel chair to Mark Quinn. Quinn says no, bionic elbow to Hardy. Chicago Skyline, and then Bucks hit the Meltzer driver, the Being the Elite driver, is it? Whatever it's called. And then Cabana hits the Superman pin on Mark Quinn for the win.
In terms of wrestling, this was just a house show, wasn't it? I'm just looking at what happened afterwards, and it's still a house show, and all the MJF stuff was like, it was just so good. It was proper like panto wrestling.
It was, but I think it had to be.
I say that in the best possible way. It was what it needed to be.
So obviously, Colt and Young Bucks, but Colt's very emotional. The Acclaim come out, and the music cuts, and then he's about to cut a promo. He says something like Brody Lee. The SCU come out, throw them into the ring, and then the Bucks and Colt Cabana hit elbows on them, and the super kicks and elbows on the Acclaimed to round out that. We had our next match, which was Eddie Kingston, who was a very close friends of Brody Lee, and the Butcher and the Blade with the Bunny, versus the Murderhawk Lance Archer, who was dressed in prime Luke Harper gear of the blue jeans, the vest. Look really cool, and then with Evil Uno, Stu Grayson of the Dark Order. I like the outfit.
Yeah, I think I got the impression Lance Archer and Brody Lee were very close.
Yeah,
maybe more so than. No, yeah, I don't know. No, yeah. I was just more so than others, but obviously, I don't know. But they've sort of been around the same amount of time.
Yeah,
and stuff, and,
yeah. And the finish came, Grayson hit the fatality on Blade after a DDT on the Butcher from Grayson, and then Evil Uno pinned Blade. After the match, Archer, Butcher and the Blade took turns striking Eddie Kingston, and then Jake Roberts hits him with a short arm clothesline. We talked about it last week for SmackDown, how there was a lot of dedications to Brody Lee in terms of the like clotheslines and the yes. We got it here as well in this match. After this match, it's probably the most emotional match, and I know that sounds sort of stupid, but it was MJF and Santana Ortiz, basically in an entire inner circle, and then Chris Jericho as a commentary versus Hangman Adam Page, who comes out his music and he just tells them to cut the music off. The Dark Order's music hits. All Dark Order come out. John Silver and Alex Reynolds come out, both very clearly emotional. I mean, it was the video that Brandon Cutler put out of the dedications based from the Dark Order, just talking about their backstage segment on Being the Elite, and clearly how much Brody Lee affected them too, but more especially John Silver. I think you could already tell that Brody had an effect on John Silver just from them segments, but when you hear about the behind the scenes stuff and then all the footage of just Brudley making John Silver laugh, John Silver making Brody break. It was very clear to see how much he affected the Dark Order, especially. So when the big stuff, so the match happens, MJF flipped off Brody Lee Jr., who was watching from the front row. At first, John Silver comes in, takes out all three members of the opposition, use a cannonball senton. MJF ran in and whipped Page turnbuckles. Silver caught MJF with a destroyer, then a tope suicided to Santana on the outside. The Inner Circle ended up getting the momentum, tried to pin Silver, but Reynolds makes a save. As Rob Edwards had a back turns, Wardlow ran into chokeslam Reynolds. Who comes out? Eric Rowan. It's Eric Rowan.
Redbeard.
Yeah, Eric Redbeard.
Rowan, Redbeard. Rowan.
Jericho was great on commentary. It's Eric Rowan. Shivani's going, Eric Redbeard, Eric Rowan, Big Red.
It was Excalibur. Every time
Excalibur.
Jericho's going crazy, and then you just hear Excalibur go, Redbeard. Eric
just,
Rowan, Redbeard.
And it's just when Jericho realizes, goes, Big Red.
Yeah.
He comes out to make the save and stops Wardlow's in his track. MJF then goes onto the outside, and when Wardlow's took out by Eric Redbeard, MJF goes on the outside of Brody Lee Jr., starts at -1, starts shouting at him, rips the mask off. Alan Angel, MJF's bragging, Alan Angels passes him the kendo stick. Brody Lee Jr. Kendo sticks MJF, which was very nice, right on the head. The Silver hits the clothesline. And one thing I did like was when Silver was tagged in having his thing, Hangman Page pulled Reynolds out. And now probably as big as that was Reynolds to be there, that was all about Silver that moment. And Silver hitting the clothesline, picking up the win.
It was the most enjoyable 5 minutes of AEW in terms of emotion, sheer just smile on the face from Eric Redbeard come down, take out Wardlow, MJF unmasks Brody Jr., hits him with a kendo stick shot. Silver hits the clothesline. Oh, it was just.
And then Silver breaks down, starts crying. Eric Redbeard comes out with the sign that you said, "Goodbye for now, my brother. See you down the road." Which was lovely. Silver crying, Page crying. Everyone was crying in the ring. And that was the match that was the most emotional in terms of the finishes, because it was Brody Lee, Eric Redbeard getting to sort of honour his former tag team partner one last time. Silver getting to sort of honour his mentor, and Brody Lee Jr. get revenge sort of for his dad. It was a very nice match.
Yeah.
We had the next Dark Order match, which was Anna Jay, 99 and Tanara Conte. Sorry, Tay Conte versus Britt Baker with Rebel and Penelope Ford with Kip Sabian and Miro. Again, all about Anna Jay. She taps out Penelope Ford. Brody again, Chris Jericho, Anna Jay went out there and won one for Big Brody Lee, who taught her so much. Anna Jay picks the win, perfect result.
I was really confused at the post match because I was on about what's Britt Baker on about, saying it's a big rig, and then I read later that's what Brody Lee used to be called on the independents. Yeah. But up until that point, I was like, I was confused, but it obviously all makes sense now.
All makes sense. Thunder Rosa comes out and takes out Britt Baker. One thing I did like, I forgot to mention with that previous match, was Jericho on commentary, because obviously it's a tribute show and it was a very emotional. But as soon as the Inner Circle come out, Jericho don't go back to himself, but it was like, oh, it's so great to see Silver and Reynolds in this match getting hype, but not against the Inner Circle. The Inner Circle refused to lose no matter what. It was just typical Jericho shithousery. I
thought it was a shame to put Jericho on commentary for this show, but it worked.
It worked because it was personal anecdotes in there, just him trying to mention him as much. We had the main event of the show, which was an American Nightmare Cody. It was Brody Lee Jr.'s dream match with a team handpicked by -1 to take on Team Taz, your boys. The American Nightmare. I've got something to talk about with Team Tabs. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson. You've got Fresh Squeeze, Orange Cassidy with Chucky T and Trent, and Dark Order's 10 with the rest of the Dark Order. Versus Team Taz is Brian Cage, Absolute Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs with Taz and Hook. Now, I didn't know who Hook was. I hadn't really been. I was like,
Did you?
who the hell is Hook? Quick Google. He's Taz's son. I went.
He's got the Stone Island pants on.
He does, and I was like, he just fits Taz's stable to a thing. He looks like a prick. Doesn't he? He's got the look of like a Sammy Guevara, Ricky Starks.
You remember that angle from a few weeks ago when Cody choked out Taz because Cody was like, "Oh well, if FTW's everything, how come your son Hook's training with me and not you?"
Yeah.
And ever since then, he's been with Team Taz. He has got the perfect look for it, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it just looks like a prick. And
Team Taz, what a unit! What a unit!
They could be. I hope in maybe a year, if they get like a woman, not even a woman, I think they could hold all the belts. You have Hobbs and Hook tag team, Cage, and Cage big belt, Ricky Starks thing, and Hobbs and Hook maybe the tag team. Run it like AW for a month.
Yeah, they are the four most random guys.
Yeah, you've got big.
No, I mean, Ricky, Brian Cage, Will Hobbs, and Taz. It's so random, and I can't believe how well it worked.
I think it works so well. When it shouldn't. But the match, it was just a good match. Basically, it ends with the DQ, doesn't it? If I can say no. 10 gets the win. Taz yeah, and Anderson met him on the ramp with the steel chair of his own. While the ref was trying to settle him down and restore order, Cassidy connected with the orange punch. Cody hits a crossroad on Stark, and then Starks hits 10 hits Starks with a spine buster and pins him. Good win for 10. Pardon me. After the match, Team Taz jumps into the ring. Hook hits Cassidy. Cage powerbombs Cody. The arena lights go down. Darby Allin music begins to appear. He appears with his skateboard. It goes dark again, but this time it snows. Sting comes out to make Team Taz retreat.
That was a visual of the night for me, because I'd said before that I've seen running every single week, but I don't know. There was something about Darby's music hitting, and Darby Allin's cool enough on his own. Like he's such a star, and then it goes dark again, and it's Sting, and them two together. The thought of Sting and Darby Allin against Team Taz. I don't need to say anymore.
Yeah, I think
unbelievable.
One thing I do like is it was going to be half of them to keep storyline in place for this show. They kept keeping the Sting Darby Allin thing still going. Liked it.
AEW straddles the balance of kayfabe, but also like real people and sort of breaking it. They blend that line so perfectly.
Yeah, and this show is perfect. The ending of the show, we'll just talk about quickly. So everything cools down. I think come off for an ad break. Cody Rhodes is in the ring alone. The crowd are chanting Brody. Cody said Brody was a beautiful man. Then Cody introduced Brody Lee Jr. So Brody Lee Jr. walked to the ring with his mum. They were accompanied by Tony Khan and 10 of the Dark Order. Brody Lee Jr. placed his father's boots in the middle of the ring to retire them. And then Tony Khan presented Brody Lee Jr. with the TNT Championship. Tony Khan said Brody Lee was the greatest TNT champion. Said Brody Lee was the TNT. Brody Lee Jr. was Brody Lee was the TNT champion for life. Tony Khan getting choked up. Cody getting choked up. Good ending. The visual was lovely. Emotional for sure, but it was a perfect tribute show.
There's no other. You can't word it any differently. It felt like closure.
Yeah,
it was almost like a celebration.
Yeah, and that's what it should be. It shouldn't be.
Oh yeah, the advertising as a celebration of life, but
yeah,
I love AEW. I'm a shill. I'm a mark. Everything. It's so good.
It is. I do enjoy it.
That and Impact Wrestling are just
your boys.
It's the best. It's the best combined 4 hours or 3 hours of the week or whatever.
The thing is, I do enjoy W programming. I'll sometimes back it way too much. I just like the wrestling's good. Do you know what I mean? There's just a lot of wrestling going on nowadays, and you can't complain. If you're not a fan of WWE, you go watch AEW. If you're not an AEW fan, go watch WWE. If you care for both of them, watch them both.
It's a big marketplace of wrestling.
Yeah.
It's just take what you want.
If you're not a fan of that, go watch New Japan. Like, there's so much going on.
There's well and truly something for everyone.
Yeah. But we'll go on to AEW. NXT, so I didn't catch the show. I'll just run through what sort of things. So you had Bronson Reed defeating Isaiah Swerve Scott.
I watched it and I don't think you missed much.
Oh, do you want to go through? Have you got it up, or do you want me to go?
I'm trying to get it up. What day is it? I've got it now.
I didn't get to watch it because I was watching the Brody show, and I just never got around to watching the rest.
No, it was all right. Bronson Weed.
Bronson. That's Matt Riddle's new gimmick. If you cut tag teams with him.
How about we call ourselves the Big Bro?
Bronson Weed. Go on, carry on.
Reed. Oh, where am I? Yeah, Bronson Weed. Oh, Bronson Reed win. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember whether there's any post-match stuff with Swerve. I don't think there was. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he could have beaten someone else.
Nah.
Probably Kona Reeves is nearly back from.
Yeah, but Kona Reeves seemed permanently injured, doesn't he?
I don't know. He's been out now for 10 months. Next we had the grizzled young veterans.
Right.
Breezango. They got a jobber entrance. It's Zach Gibson, isn't it?
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? He puts a proper emphasis on that. We are the grizzled.
I didn't hear the Scouse accent. I just heard you moan very loud.
They got jobber entrance. Why did they get?
I don't know.
I mean, they would but hang on, I've just seen a mention of Everrise somewhere. Either or I'm making it up. So they hit the ticket to Mayhem to win, and then afterwards Everrise came out and basically just taunted them. And then I think they just went to the
as Everrise do.
Matt Martell's Twitter promo game is as strong as ever. And then after winning NXT Tag Team of the Year, it was announced that Adam Cole and Roderick Strong represent the group in the Dusty Classic.
I realized we didn't even say Dusty Rhodes Classic was announced as well.
It was, yeah. It's always this time of year. No, it ain't actually. Do they even have 8 tag teams?
Yes. So I was sat in a room with Kieran. We checked. They have 7, I think. Yeah, I can tell you now. So they have Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan. They have 5. Wait, Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, Breezango, Imperium, Legado del Fantasma, the Undisputed Era. Then you've got Killian Dane and Drake Maverick, and you've got GYV.
Correct.
Oh, and Everrise. That's 8.
Wow. Okay.
So they do have 8.
If
Everrise are going far, I'd like to let you know.
Do you not think Everrise are in for a bit of a push?
No, not in the Dusty Rhodes.
Oh.
What it's going to be is Everrise are taking out the match in a random tag. It'll be Killian Dane and Drake Maverick because they're not a proper tag team, really, and that's the other thing that seems to happen.
If I was going to say if Riddick Moss hadn't torn his ACL, I'd have said reunite him and Tina.
I was going to say reunite him and Mojo.
You've got 9 tag teams. Indu share.
Yeah, Indu fucking share.
I mean, they're going to NXT India, but sure. What happened?
Tyler Rust and whoever with Malcolm Bivens. I know Malcolm Bivens doesn't even wrestle, does he?
Right. I saw Cultaholic were asking you to. They were asking you to book in one of the videos, like the most random
video.
New Japan WWE Dream match. And I think someone said the top comment was Billy Kay versus Jay White. And I think I went for. I don't know what I went for now. I said the Gorillas of Destiny versus Rinku Singh and Reginald.
Is Reginald the Carmella's thing?
Yeah. Look, I'm impressed with his backflips out the ring. Guy's got legs.
Thing is, he actually does have legs. Lindsay Dorado and
Mercedes Martinez.
Omos versus
I think going on to the next
Lower
segment.
and Bad Luck Fale. Sorry.
Sure. I mean, anything that involves like a performance center training, and then just you could take your pick, really. Yeah. Mercedes Martinez defeating Valentina Feroz. At least she's out of Retribution.
I know, I'm a Valentina stan, so
Zaya Lee and Boa. I think they're announcing the person next week. It's going to be Karen Q, isn't it?
Is it?
It's got to be.
I didn't even realise that could have been her. Oh, fuck.
Karen Q.
Karen Q.
Karen Q. She's been on the shelf for 18 months.
She's called Karen.
Karen Q. It does work though, because she's half Chinese.
Yeah, true. It does, but
it's better than shoehorning in at least I don't know, ethnically it's not right, but it makes more sense than Jason Jordan being the son of Kurt Angle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be worse if it were if they were I don't know, if they brought Paige back onto TV. It's like, well, what's Paige got to do with it? Do you get
Yeah, I understand.
Thematically.
Well, I'll look forward to seeing it on Wednesday.
Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne won. I can't remember much about it. It didn't go very long because I was thinking this is going to be like Pete Dunne versus Kyle O'Reilly, and they'll just go for like half an hour. It didn't.
Yeah. No.
But it was fine, I think. Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly set the stage, and Damian Priest attacks Karrion Kross.
It's just pretty much that. It would
just build for next week, really. Right. Where do you stand on the next bit in terms of brand split law?
Is this the Lucha Bros? Not Lucha Bros, but yeah.
Lucha Bros.
I don't know, because I'm glad they're getting a chance.
It's good. I think people should be able to move between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT fluidly. Yeah. But if you're going to tell me there's a brand split and you did a draft 3 months ago, do it properly.
I think if
they're not on NXT, they were on Raw last night. So
I don't mind it, just because NXT weren't part of the draft, and all it takes is William Regal to say, we wanted a new tag team challenger. We went and scouted Raw. We got Raw's best. You know what I mean?
Raw's best.
But they've got the title.
It's less criminal than showing up on SmackDown, like Angel Garza being a lumberjack on a Christmas day.
I know. They just ran out of people, didn't they?
I mean, we got a good match out of it. So yeah, ultimately you can let it slide. It's just you just want high standards. You just want everything to make sense. But then again, it's WWE, and you don't have to think that deeply about it.
Just trying to load the card up. There you go.
But yeah, Lucha House Party won. What? Legado del Fantasma sliding down that card.
It's Lucha.
I mean, it makes sense, really, because of course the Raw guys should beat the NXT guys.
Yeah, they're the main roster. They're the full fight.
The main roster guys. So of course they should. But I'd be interested to know, whether this is like a permanent thing now. Just put them
I don't think so, considering they were on Raw now. But yeah, put them on 205 Live.
Literally, just put them in the Cruiserweight division, because everyone else who's come up, Ali is now leader of Retribution.
And
Cedric's in the Hurt, and Buddy Murphy is son-in-law of Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. I realised I said Shaggy Ali. I was like, no, Rowan.
Lucha House Party is still just Lucha House Party. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've not done anything else. They're just the flippy guys who love to have fun, in the words of Michael Cole. Yeah. Johnny Gargano, John Gargano and Leon Ruff. So there was a segment before this that was quite good. Good's a bit of an exaggeration. So Johnny Gargano finds a cat backstage, freaks out. Then Austin Theory says, and Johnny's going to go out there and he's going to break the curse. Reminds him of the curse. throws a protein shake, I think, and then breaks a mirror, and then runs under a ladder. So all the bad luck, things. It was cheesy, but it was fine.
It worked.
Leon Ruff.
Well done.
I don't get excited for his matches, and he doesn't look like he can compete. But this was great.
When he, like you said, he doesn't look like. But when he wrestles, you are intrigued.
Yeah, but he just doesn't have the look to get me
excited, like overly excited.
He's almost like too white meat babyface.
Yeah,
sorry, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. That's the thing.
I only realised afterwards.
But he is a jobber. Unfortunately, at the end of he's not a jobber, but he's not mid card. Yeah, but say he's not a jobber. He's like he's a lower mid card guy.
At the moment, I'd say he's a mid card because he has had a couple wins. Let me just have a look at his win-loss record because do you reckon he's got more wins or losses since?
Wins, I'd go probably. He's probably like 3-2 or something. I presume so.
Since he's been on NXT.
No, probably. It's probably negative, but because his win would have been the North American Championship.
Yeah. So going from the North American Championship, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be as many.
4 wins, 3 losses.
It's a positive record.
One of those wins comes from Damian Priest hitting him and getting him Gargano DQ.
It's a sort of a cheap win.
Yeah.
But a win's a win.
Yeah, I mean, up until that point, he hadn't won a match in WWE. Oh, man.
See, exactly. They'll push him. He's like Cameron Grimes. He's going to the moon.
It'd be interesting now just to go back and see him like on the episodes of Raw against Aleister Black, SmackDown against Sheamus.
Yeah, he's
on 205 by MRIs.
He's like being a champion before some of the guys you'd expect on the main roster.
At the moment, he's more relevant than Aleister Black.
Exactly. Where is he injured? Oh, he's just not being used because
he is, and I quote, feels like he's been forgotten about.
Yeah,
he's just out of favour. He's not been on TV. This time next week, it'll have been 3 months,
and it's not even his fault.
Nope. Not at all. He had 3 consecutive losses to Kevin Owens in the space of 4 weeks, and has just been off TV after that.
Poor Ali. But we'll get your predictions. Alistair. Sorry,
Alistair.
I've always got Ali in my head. He's just amazing. Yeah. But we'll get your predictions. We'll do some predictions because it's sort of a pay-per-view, mini pay-per-view. So you've got first of all, you've got Jair League Boa. That's just a thing that's happening. We can't predict that. You said it's going to be Karen Q. I'll go for try not to think of anything too out of the blue. Who's a Chinese wrestler?
I don't think
Tian Bing.
Ho.
No, he's from not Honduras. Hong Kong.
Oh, they'd shoot on him in though.
They would. Tian Bing. Do you know the really tall guy? So we'll do your match prediction.
My second choice. I'd be all up for a Tian Bing return.
Santos Escobar versus Grand Metalik.
Santos Escobar, purely because on 205, they've still not had this Kurt Stallion match.
Okay, I'll go Escobar as well. Grand Metalik just is a bit of a shoe-in. The fight pit match, Champa versus Thatcher.
Thatcher.
Ooh, I'll go with Thatcher because I think he needs a win.
He needs a win, and he's 1-0 in his own match.
Yeah, I think he needs a win there. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez in the last woman standing match.
Raquel. Surely Rhea Ripley's farewell.
I think it's got to be a farewell, and if it's not, Raquel's got to win, in my opinion. I don't think she can lose again. Damien Priest versus Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross.
Yeah, it's got to be Kross.
Within less than 10 minutes.
Really. And then the main event, which is going unaired, unadverted apparently. So they expect it to go for a while. Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly?
Yeah, I think it's Kyle's time.
Big TV title change.
And I'm all for it because Kyle's great.
Yeah. Right. I think I'll. Is it time? Is it time for me to?
It's TNA time.
Take the other TNA. We cannot still be.
I'm sorry.
It's the words of TNA in 2021.
It's Impact time.
Well, it's not Impact time because it was another Best of 2020 show.
Oh, for God's sake!
I know it's disgraceful. No, they're back again. They're back again this week, and I think it's actually quite a good show. Just loading everything up. NXT UK this week was nothing worth watching. Well, it was, but it was. They basically did another best of, and they reshowed Jordan Devlin versus Tyler Bate from NXT UK Blackpool, which was actually my match of the year.
Oh, nice.
I thought it at the time, in terms of WWE anyway. So in that case, I'll just do 205 and main event. So 205, right? We had the most character development I've seen in months. So Mansoor came out, and he had a video package of him going back to Saudi Arabia and doing all the things, like seeing all the sights and stuff, and being treated like a hero. And he was like, I can't wait to return back to my homeland and do some more shows. So
yeah, so we're going there soon.
It made him feel like a big deal, to be fair. So he had a match against Jake Atlas, and look, the Mansoor winning streak continues.
It's Goldberg levels.
Jake Atlas has fallen right down the card. And then in the main event, can I get an Everrise rules?
Everrise rules.
They do. They teamed with Kurt Stallion as they beat the Singh brothers and Arya Davari. Good classic Everrise promo backstage with Kurt. Have you seen anything of Kurt Stallion yet? Because he's not been on NXT.
Who is he? That's not who is he, but you know what I mean.
I know, but that's the thing. I talk about Kurt Stallion every week. It's not to do with you. It's their fault that they've not put him on.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but he's from Texas, and Everrise were calling him like a cowboy or something. It was goofy.
It was Everrise. I think it was how you.
But yeah, I can assure you, Kurt Stallion is a real person, and he does exist.
I would like to create this fake character, but you're waiting for him to debut. He's just never gonna.
On main event this week, it looks like a thriller. Slapjack defeated Akira Tozawa.
God, Slapjack.
Slapjack. And Ricochet beat Drew Gulak.
Yeah, exactly.
So before we came on, I was saying this Wednesday, it is MLW Kings of Colosseum, which is their free-to-air special.
Okay.
And in terms of the matches there's only 4 that have been announced. The Von Erichs versus the Dirty Blondes in a Texas Tornado match.
Dirty Blondes isn't Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman in it?
No, they are the Varsity Blondes.
Okay, thank you.
This is Leo Bryan and Michael Patrick, who I'm not going to lie, never seen.
Because I saw the promo they posted, they put out, and was like, I swear that's fucking Pillman's and Garrison's name. Who Pillman might be getting signed to AEW, by the way.
Yeah, I would say Pillman is in MLW, but no, that's not them. Jordan Oliver, who again I'm not familiar with, versus Simon Gotch, who we are.
Yeah.
In a grudge match. Is that a stipulation?
I presume so.
I'm saying because Raw had a night of grudge matches, and they weren't any different. Do you remember that?
It's a grudge match. I really want to just Google it. I just know that it's not going to be.
It's not a single match, a grudge match.
Fucking grudge match.
I mean, it's Simon Gotch in it, so I quite like Simon Gotch.
Gotch is good.
Yeah,
I don't think it says slimmer now because without the mustache and stuff, he looks very different. But it looks like he's proper cut down.
Yeah, he looks in good shape. I think I've seen him once in MLW because I've only been watching for like a month.
Yeah.
In a match for the MLW National Openweight title, it's Alexander Hamston versus Mads Krueger. Have you seen Mads Krueger at all?
No. Is that? No, it's not.
He's got a really good look.
Does he?
He wears like a map. He's part of the faction called Contra. He's just like He's just big scary man, basically. I mean, it's been done before, but and then in what I think is going to be the main event for the world middleweight title, Myron Reed against Leo Rush.
Great.
Leo Rush is my boy.
That's the thing, right? So when Leo Rush was on WWE programming, I'll be honest, wasn't a fan of him, and I don't know whether that's because the him screaming Lashley. No, that's a lie. Not that I wasn't a fan of him, but I wasn't a thing of him. Ever since he's left, I've preferred him, and that's not because I've seen him, because he's been on this crap MTV show that I watch, and he's just very entertaining. Because he's a wrestler, he's on the show sort of portraying his wrestler self in a way, and he's just very good at it. But also his Twitter game, because I followed him on Twitter now. His Twitter game's just good.
He is insanely talented, and WWE didn't realise what they had on their hands. I was going to say I've been a fan of this day one, but since his Ring of Honor days back in 2015, I've been totally taken by him. He's a star. He's musically, social media, in ring, reality TV star. There's nothing he can't do.
He's still so young. That's the thing. Like, he's nowhere near. Yeah, there are so many. Also, he's still got a what's it called? A page on WWE, because it just says an all-grown wrestler high school Bruce began training for sports Tumble still too. By the time he signed with NXT at age 22. I don't know why he's still got his WWE page.
He's slightly not eccentric, but in terms of social media stuff, like obviously about in WWE as well, he's found himself in hot water a lot of the time. But I think a lot of that's been quite harsh.
I think the Emma
he just
one
believes in himself. I think he's confident, and in WWE he was punished for that.
I think the Emma one was toying with it a bit too much.
Oh, it was.
It made me chuckle. It did make me laugh, I'll be honest. Because
cruelly, it was quite funny.
It is something that WWE would put on. Emma was never ready for Asuka, and she's been fired. It seems, but it was in bad taste. I think the word would have been. But again, he was how old? 23, and I know age isn't an excuse. We know that's not an excuse, but when you're thrust into one of the biggest shows on TV at the time, you are still so young, you're learning. Not let off, but I don't think his punishment should have been as harsh as it was.
No, not at all.
Also, before we leave, I love his tweets when on a Wednesday, because it's just he always goes NXT, AEW, Leo Rush #1, because the challenge always gets the most views on that night.
Oh, okay. If you follow him on Insta, he literally asks, he literally just writes captions. It's like, where should I sign this year? Hashtag AEW, WWE, NXT, MLW, Ring of Honor, New Japan, the Man of Japan. Like, I think he wants to work everywhere. I'm not just saying I'm not saying it because I'm the biggest, nerd in the world. I think he'd be a perfect fan for Impact. Perfect fan. Perfect guy.
I did see that he tweeted said, "I see you, Time Bomb."
Oh yeah, I think he's going to face Takahashi for the
belt.
But Chris Bay against Leo Rush. I'd have said any of the Rascals, Rich Swann. Whoa.
The Rascals aren't there anymore.
I know. It's very bad. I do wonder where Trey Miguel's going to end up.
And I wonder when they're going to debut as well.
Well, that's the thing, because they were signed in the same class as Tyler Rust, and obviously Tyler Rust has already had like 2 or 3 good matches. So as and when to just get to be seen.
Like, unless they maybe Dusty Rose Classic, but like we said, they've got enough tag teams that are already.
That'd be sick if they debut. I think they'll do that.
I'd like it if they face like a Breezango or something. They're called the Rascals and stuff, and they get a win over them, like a shock first round win.
I think they'll leave Imperium out.
Do you?
Yeah.
I thought they were going to have more.
Maybe back to UK, I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking they beat Breezango. Breezango are the biggest team. A shock win as well. Like, it's a roll up or just they've hit the finishers. Oh, they've won. Like, it's a quick win, but it sort of feels big.
Yeah. Before we go on to SmackDown and that, I've got an Impact preview. So, as their historic match against Impact World Champion Rich Swann and the Motor City Machine Guns at Hard to Kill approaches. Basically, Kenny Omega showing up.
With the Good Brothers and Don Callis.
With the Good Brothers, they will appear, obviously, with Don Callis. So they basically just announced that to just like me. Kenny Omega's here. Please watch.
Please come, please.
It works. I mean, I think a lot of people would be there anyway, but there's no doubt the numbers go up when he's on. Oh wow, bit of a grudge match. Been building for a while. Sami Callihan against Eddie Edwards, and
he just re-signed Callihan.
Yeah, for another 2 years.
Nice.
So, I mean, they'll probably give that. I think it's got to be the main event, maybe.
Yeah,
possibly. I mean, there's an interesting match is right. So Moose against Matthew Palmer. Who is Matthew Palmer? I hear you ask.
Who is Matthew Palmer?
Moose is out for revenge on what he calls indie wrestlers looking to make a name for themselves when he takes on Matthew Palmer in a 3-minute challenge. So basically, when Willie Mack and Moose were having like the big scrap a few weeks ago, and all the security guards were like breaking them up, Matthew Palmer was one of the security guards, and in holding back Moose, he ripped his shirt. So Moose now wants a match with him.
I like that.
But it's good, that, isn't it? So local wrestlers turn security guards. One of them angers Moose. Moose says, "I want him." So, and apparently he's also married to Ember Moon. So
when you said the name, I thought I recognised the name Palmer, but I thought it's not.
And in his promo shot, he's got quite a decent look about him. So we'll see what that is. It's not different.
I see people getting a shot.
Knockouts tag tournament: Jordan Grace and Jazz against Havoc and Nevaeh.
Saw that promo. Looks okay.
Yeah, cool. And then in they're doing like a preview of the Super X Cup. So it's a fatal 4-way between KC Navarro, who's in the tournament, who I've never seen, Blake Christian, who I think I've seen like once.
I recognise the name Blake Christian. Go on.
Crazy Steve and Ace Austin. So Ace Austin hasn't been seen since Bound for Glory. So he's just been doing like indie shows for like the past 3 months. I don't know if you can find any pictures, but he has put on a hell of a lot of size, and I mean muscle.
Is he bulked up?
Ace Austin has bulked up beyond belief. There's one picture that's insane. He's standing with like Ethan Page and going in Raw have started calling Joe Doring the confused cowboy because he does look like he's a bit lost.
Blake Christian, I'm pretty confident. Was he in the Super?
I think he might have been in Super Jacob, but I get confused between him and Clark Connors. But I think Clark Connors was in New Japan Strong.
I'm just going through his Twitter. He has shared a lot of New Japan stuff, like with Hiromu Takahashi. I can't see, but he's shared a lot all at once. It could have been him. He's got a Japanese name in his name as well. So
that must be it then. Hang on, I'm just sending you a picture of Ace Austin.
So the looks is on Twitter.
No, I'm not sending it on Messenger.
It's nice to see people putting in an effort to bulk up.
I mean, this was about 2 months ago, but he looks far bigger than he ever did on any episode of Impact.
Is he still with? Yeah, nice. Is he still with Madman Fulton?
Yeah, but you look at him in that pic, and then you look at Chris Bay beside him.
So Josh Alexander, Ethan Page. Is the one on the far right?
Have you seen that? Ethan Page he's taken down merch from playedbyjulian.com. You can no longer get merch from his website. So
have you also seen that he what's it called? He fought himself. He fought
Karate Man versus Ethan Page.
Fair play to him.
So I wonder now whether we're gonna get Josh Alexander versus the Karate Man. Josh Alexander beats the Karate Man, and then that's it. Ethan Page is gone from Impact. Because his contract's up, isn't it? So I think that's the payoff. You see the karate man.
The karate. We love the karate.
Alexander. And then Ethan Page in AEW, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe. I like Ethan Page. He's good.
He's not a New Japan guy.
No. I was thinking. No, I was thinking like more Lance Archer style, but it just doesn't fit.
No. And yeah, that's basically everything that isn't WWE or AEW.
Boom. Some big stuff coming up.
Definitely, it's going to be a good week.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy week, but fun. We'll move on to SmackDown now, though, and Kevin Owens interrupts Roman Reigns and has his sights set on Jey Uso. So KO, basically, Roman comes out and just looks back at 2020. That's fine. KO soon interrupted, however, insulting the head of the table for informing Reigns and Uso be going to WWE official Adam Pearce in order to secure a match of redemption. He does get that match. Well, he doesn't. We'll wait and see. Sami Zayn, Big E and Apollo Crews defeat Sami Zayn and King Corbin. Holla play tag team match. The powers basically it looked like it was going to be a 3-on-1 between Zayn and the Knights of the Lone Wolf. Also, an Apollo Crews comes out. It leads to a tag team match, and Crews picks up the win, which is spinning sit out powerbomb. And okay, because Sammy's being left to dry, but good win for Apollo. Great win for Apollo. The Riot Squad defeat Tamina and Natalya. So Billie Kay comes out. She's going to have a tag team. It's Natalya. No, it's not. It's Tamina. She's managed them both. When Riot Squad wins, Billie Kay tries to celebrate with them. SmackDown this week I wasn't a fan of. Bayley and Carmella defeated Sasha and Bianca. She gets the win against. It keeps Bianca going. Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode attack the Street Profits during their New Year's Day smoke-tacular. I quite enjoyed the promo. It was fun. I just think Apollo Crews plays the drum. Angelo Dawkins plays the drums. Very nice. But that's all I took from that segment. Apparently, Montez sold the injury on Montez Ford. Daniel Bryan noticed defeated Cesaro and Nakamura. A lot of meaningless tag team things. It was more the segment at the end. So KO beats Jey Uso quite convincingly. After defeating Uso the Sun, Owens handcuffs him to the ring ropes. Jey Uso tries to get Roman. Roman doesn't come out, and he goes, "Fine, we'll come to see you." He handcuffs Uso's hands together and looks to continue the onslaught. Reigns ambushes him just from out of nowhere behind the screens. And the Reigns thingy, Uso throw him into the LED screens and then just throw him off the ledge, send him through the table. Just a really big spot. That was nice. Is Simon back? He's not. I want to know what. I think this week, opening segment, good. Final segment, good. Everything else, quite boring filler. I don't think, unless there's something big I missed, which I don't think I did, it was quite a boring affair this week. Not much happened. It's a shame because SmackDown has been consistently good. Just this week, I feel like they didn't have the same mark as they'd had the previous other weeks. But hopefully they can bounce back next week when all the big shows are going on. We'll move over to Monday Night Raw, though. Where's Monday Night Raw? There it is. Apologies, I realised I have my window open the entire time. New Day defeat. Oh, Simon is back. While we'll ask him before I move on to Raw.
Hello.
Hello. So I've just finished SmackDown. What did you think about it?
I can't remember what happened, to be honest. Give me a quick reminder.
The show opened up with KO, Reigns. KO interrupted the promo, challenged Uso to a match. Then you had just tag team fillers. You had a bit of a Street Profit Ziggler Roode segment, more tag team filler, and then the main event of Jey Uso versus KO. I was saying the top of the show, the promo started great. The ending of KO going through the table, great. The rest was just seemed nothing.
Right. Biggie, Baron Corbin turning into a tag match. It's a bit of a tired format.
Apollo picks up the win, bit different.
Billie Kay story doesn't actually make any sense.
No,
And no, it's not too complex, as some people suggest online. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks. I like Carmella. I was all right with Sasha Banks getting pinned.
That's the thing. Carmella gets the win. Fair play.
But Reginald got more over than anyone involved. Daniel Bryan and Otis were very. They just hump, don't they? That's just their thing now.
They just hump.
Yeah. Kevin Owens, Jey Uso. Oh, I didn't like the main event. Do you remember 2 months ago when Jey Uso was like in like 20-minute like main events and stuff?
Yeah.
And now he's just 30-second. It's a bit like what's happened to Legado del Fantasma. The two guys who were mid-carders, who get a bit of a promotion, they win matches, and then once WWE realises that they are just fodder for the guy who's higher up, they just like...
Yeah.
They just it's basically what like Baron Corbin's Knights of the Lone Wolf are going to be, except they've never actually won a match.
Yeah. The Knights of the Lone Wolf are just a bit...
Oh, it's better than that. Bring back Lars Sullivan. Oh no, that's the Sonya. I didn't like the Sonya Deville thing.
I'd like that she's back because Sonya's great. I didn't like how they did it.
I do.
Where it just Corey going, "Oh, I know Sonya Deville's back. She's been reinstated."
Oh. Yeah, I would say don't have a loser leaves the company match, and then 4.5 months later, just be like, "Oh yeah, and here she is just strolling around backstage."
Yeah, that's the thing. Like people looking shocked. It's like, let her come out, interrupt someone. I know Man's on a different show, but
and there's people saying like, well, they had to write her off TV because she had the court case. What do you want her to do? Never return? And it's like, no, just don't book a loser leaves company match.
Yeah,
it's like don't book a match with advanced consequences if you're then not willing to follow up on the consequences.
Yeah,
it makes everyone involved feel like idiots.
Oh, one thing
you look at that kind of storytelling, and then you look at the storytelling that's leading up to AW show this week. Phoenix is facing Omega because he was never eliminated in that tournament eliminator match, was it?
No.
Because Eddie Kingston then made him hand it over to Penta because he got injured. Eddie Kingston got the match for the world title because he was never eliminated from that Rumble. Every little thing he's picked up on. And it makes sense. It's like a living, breathing universe. Whereas in WWE, it's just...
Yeah.
It's like, there's no... Your first question should be, why is she back? Not, oh, look, she's back. It should be, how has she been allowed in the building?
Yeah.
It's like last week, a woman possibly gets burned alive, and then you go to Raw Talk and the house lights her up.
Yeah. Go on.
I was going to say, and then, okay, well, maybe Raw Talk's out of canon. We'll wait and see how it's followed up on Raw the following week. Miz TV.
Yeah.
Great.
I know. The strangest thing this week was not anything that happened, was Cardi B. She was once again mentioned on TV, and she put out this tweet. Just said, "Okay, no more WWE tweets. I haven't watched it in years. I was just confused on all the WWE tweets I was getting. Thought the last thing I heard about it was about a sexy wrestler named Carmella."
Pretty much. I'm glad she said that she hasn't watched it for years, because then it's like, because now WWE are following up on all the interest being like, she's a fan of Sasha Banks, she's a fan of Carmella, and then it's like, as soon as you do the slightest bit of research, you'll find she doesn't even watch the product.
The last thing she saw was just Carmella by chance.
It was like, oh yeah, I watched. It's the classic. Oh yeah, I used to watch back in the Attitude Era, but not anymore. Except she watched in the Ruthless Aggression Era.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So up the game, WWE.
Yeah. One final thing before I move on to Raw. I watched Cody Rhodes' first. Do you know he's got the American Nightmare?
Whoa. Go Big Show.
No, Cody Rhodes.
Wait, what?
I watched Cody. No, but I said before we go into Raw, I watched Cody Rhodes. Do you know he's got his training facility, the Nightmare Factory?
Oh yeah. I think so. You watched the Go Big Show.
No, I've already watched it. It's a great show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not awful. It's just a typical Netflix show. But I watched Cody Rhodes' the Nightmare Factory.
Nightmare Family.
Pardon?
I meant to watch that.
Yeah, Very good. It was an hour. It was an hour and 1 hour long. So I watched this because I was in my room. I watched it with Josh, obviously the top corner. It was funny because obviously he doesn't know anything. The first match, nothing. That Backlund kid could be big. Hayden Backlund. The second match you're watching.
Not Bob.
No, not Bob. I don't know if he's related. Ordina Da Vinci versus Baby versus Cat Spencer and Brooke Havoc. Brooke Havoc and I think Cat Spencer have something. I don't know what it is, but no, sorry. Brooke Havoc and Baby have something. They have a clear gimmick in there. You had a battle royale where everyone just took the piss off. You have Ninja in there, stuff like that. You have Fat Khabib Nurmagomedov, and I didn't watch the rest. But you know what? I quite like it. It gives the rookies a chance to see sort of criticism on YouTube and get used to it, if that makes sense.
Oh god, that's not the attitude to take.
Well, I know, but
it gives them a chance to see criticism.
It is. No, probably not. But I mean, it's a good way to get a name across.
I know what you mean.
For sure. But we'll move on to Raw. So the Raw opened up with The Miz, Miz TV, New Day come out.
Legends, mate. Legends. Did you see on the promo thing where they advertised 5 legends and 2/5 of them are still active?
Yeah. Was it Mickey James? The Big Show? He's not active.
Big Show.
Yeah. Mental, innit? Mickey James is the mental. That Big Show, fair enough. But Mickey James, he was wrestling consistently.
She was out injured. I mean, she's evidently not got a broken nose, so she's clear to return. She's just not. I mean, Ryan Satin put her in the bottom tier of his tier list.
The Mickey James stands were not happy.
What a noob.
I
mean, I know why he's done it. She's not been on SmackDown since. And it's the same with like Andrade and stuff, who's just been undrafted.
Same with Alistair Black. Because he went, it's based on if they're appearing on TV. That's why Alistair Black is so low down.
He's very much a WWE apologist, though, isn't
he? Yeah. Well, he works for Fox now, I suppose. Anyway, the show opened up with Hulk Hogan doing a little promo, blah, blah, blah.
Hang on, no, this is not a blah, blah, blah.
It's Hulk Hogan.
What was this?
I don't know.
Was this humour?
Was this
We've just had humour. On an episodic television show, Randy Orton basically implicated he burnt a woman alive, and we opened the next show with, well, let me tell you something, brother, you better get the new H phone. I hate it.
It was the best thing. At the end of the show, the Lex was possibly being burnt alive, and the next show opens up with Hulk Hogan. And they don't address it until like 48 minutes into the show. The show opens up with The Miz, though. Miz TV with New Day. New Day come out, just flip it on the head. They start asking the questions. The Miz is getting more annoyed. Not by the New Day, but also Morrison, because Morrison's asking. It's a stupid question, and Morrison's just answering them. And it did make me chuckle, I'll be honest with you. It's Miz that's the thing. That's why I liked it. It's the Miz getting more and more annoyed because Morrison's just going, it's a good question, that. And then replying it, I'm like, it's WWE humor, but it made me chuckle.
Yeah.
And the what's it called? The New Day pick up the win.
Yeah, this was all brought down by the H phone. Who commissioned that thinking it's funny?
Vince. Haha, H phone. It's just
Do you get it? Because it's an iPhone, but it's a H phone.
It's all right because AJ Styles defeats Elias and he plans to start 2020 with a Royal Rumble victory.
Right. In kayfabe, why did this match happen?
Last week there was a beef, weren't there?
But AJ Styles won clean.
Yeah, but like R-Truth, he's not. R-Truth, Elias is not going to stand for that.
Is he not? Okay. Just the Bleacher Report notes open this with Angel Garza attempted to wow legends Alicia Fox and Mickey James. Not sure that's the word I describe Alicia Fox. Veteran.
That's the thing.
Probably not legend.
Oh yeah, I forgot because I don't have an order. But yeah, Angel Garza was great this show. He seemed stunned by Alicia Fox, gave Mickey James the thing, and then got scared by Sergeant, like a 70-year-old Sergeant Slaughter. And poor Tatanka just stood there in silence.
Also, in kayfabe, what do these legends get drafted in to do?
Oh, stand around backstage. In kayfabe.
Is that it? Do they get like a free meal? Are they there to pass on advice and help the young ones, or are they just there to talk to Ron Simmons?
Damn, I actually don't know.
Like it's fine. I wouldn't say it's fine to have a Legends night, but at least make them have a purpose.
I know.
They're like, look, it's Legends night, and then they're on screen for a combined 5 minutes.
Stupid. One thing I liked in the AJ Styles Elias match is Omos just kicking the guitar when Jackson Ryker went to go break it.
Yeah, Omos is great.
He's great.
I can't wait till he becomes like an actual wrestler.
Yeah. Then we had a Randy Orton thing saying, "Oh, it's Legends night. There's a lot more legends here." Before addressing that he did not actually kill Alexa Bliss, but it does feel like he should have done it. If it feels like he's let himself down that he didn't burn Alexa Bliss to death. Thanks for that. I'm glad the show ended with that bombshell, and then Randy Orton 45 minutes into the show. Sure, why not? Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce defeated Charlotte Flair and Asuka. Lacey kissed Rick.
Wow. Wait, did she lips him?
No, she didn't lips him. It was a peck on the cheek. Yeah, I was a peck. It was a smooch.
Rick could have been up for it.
Rick's up for anything, the horn dog.
What have you seen Charlotte hitting? What's that move she hits where she flips? Natural selection on Peyton Royce.
Just clearly just doesn't.
And Peyton Royce just like, yeah, Charlotte just like slips over, and Peyton Royce is like, "Do I sell it?
Okay, I'll sell it."
We got taught that if someone doesn't hit you, don't sell it, and it made Peyton Royce look like a fool.
Yeah.
Rick
turns on Charlotte.
Does he though, or was it just? Or will this all be forgotten about?
If Rick was having a senior moment, let him off.
Are they going to pass it off as, "Oh, it's just the old fella having a senior moment," or is this going to actually be like storyline? Because it can't be storyline because they're not even appearing regularly.
I know, but I quite like it.
Ric Flair ain't going to start slagging off his daughter randomly now.
I quite like it. If every week Rick's accidentally makes Charlotte lose, but he just blames it on senior mode. Oh, I'm sorry, Charlotte. I don't remember.
They couldn't even be asked with it on Raw Talk. They showed up together.
Really?
Charlotte told them to piss off, and then they were sat next to each other.
Riddle defeated Bobby Lashley in a non-title match. This match was actually okay.
It was, but it was Bob Splash's first loss in over 6 months.
Which is good if you're a US champ, but not when you haven't actually wrestled that much.
Shouldn't it feel a bit more important and a bit of a stronger finish?
Yeah,
it was his first loss since he got beat by Drew at Backlash. since Lana got involved.
We love Lana.
I like.
It's all right. So we've got Randy Orton threatening legends. He threatened Ric Flair. He taunted Mark Henry on his scooter. He said, "Scooter boy." Scooter, and Mark Henry just has to scooter away from Randy Orton. He confronts Big Show, challenges into a match, and Big Show goes, "No, I'm not stupid."
Can you believe that less than 9 months ago, Big Show was challenging for the WWE title
at WrestleMania? He was the main event.
It was the true main event. That was so weird.
Angel Garza loses the 24/7 title belt. So Tori Wilson and Nikki Cross. I don't know why you. First of all, I don't know why you have Nikki Cross. First of all, talk to Tori Wilson.
Nikki Cross there?
Why? She's on Raw, isn't she?
Yeah, but shouldn't she be crying about Alexa Bliss being killed as opposed to
possibly
looking to get with?
But why did you put Tori?
I hate it because it was such a crap, cheesy WWE segment, and it's the one that's got them so much mainstream buzz.
That's the thing.
And they're just going to do more of it.
Why did you have Tori Wilson in heels, first of all, stood next to Nikki? Because the height difference was just stupid. The camera angle was. Angel Garza trying to flirt with saying, "In there's Cardi B." Basically saying a bunch of modern celebrity women rappers and singers and stuff. Angel Garza goes, "Ooh, it's the boogeyman." He gets scared, runs out, roll up, R-Truth wins the belt, and Ron Simmons goes, "Damn, at Angel Garza." I feel so sorry for Garza.
Yeah, do you remember when WrestleVote said he was on the list of people who are being underutilized? Is this what they count as being utilized in the hunt for titles every week?
He's on the show. He's on the show. You can't complain. I do feel so sorry for him. I really do. He's even shaved his hair for it, and he's got a good haircut.
Yeah, he's got he's using charisma.
Like, I don't think WWE program was good this week. Like SmackDown, I think for me was very boring. And when on Raw, Dana Brooke defeated Shayna Baszler. Shayna looked her in the career feeder clutch. Dana pinned her, but Shayna didn't let go. And then Mandy hits the knee on Shayna. Shayna feels like another woman on the roster.
Yeah, totally. I've seen people saying this is good booking because it makes Shayna look like devastating. You know, she doesn't care about losses. All she wants to do is hurt. Well, why can't she? Well, why can't she just beat her then carry on the beatdown? Why does she have to take a clean loss to Dana Brooke? I like Dana Brooke. I say every week Dana Brooke has come on leaps and bounds. But
I can agree with that. I can.
Look, 9 months ago, 11 months ago, Shayna Baszler beat 5 people in the Elimination Chamber. I'm pretty certain Dana Brooke was one of them.
Yeah.
What a fall from grace.
It's sad to see.
So many people have fallen this year. Since WrestleMania. So many people are so much further down the card than they were a year ago.
I don't understand how.
But I feel like barely anyone's moved up.
Like, what have they done to be dropped so far down?
Ricochet's the main one.
No, Mojo Rawley. He was a host of WrestleMania, thank you.
I can't argue with that.
He should have been the GM. Instead of Adam Pearce. Randy Orton defeats Jeff Hardy because he beats another WWE legend. Like the finish, went for the Whisper in the Wind, reverse RKO. We've seen it a couple of times now, but
yeah,
it's nice.
I mean, we first saw this match I think 13 years ago. But yeah. Okay. Look, if people like Raw, that's fine. I just want it to be good. It doesn't have to be a world-beating show.
No, just has to be.
Just has to be good.
Luke House defeated the Hurt Business in a non-title match.
They've got that NXT momentum.
They do. They do.
You know.
You know what? I kind of liked it in terms of Cedric walking off because he couldn't stand after the match because he couldn't stay on the same page, and MVP getting annoyed at Shelton. I like that Cedric. He had to step up for the Hurt Business, but when the Hurt Business isn't stepping up for him, he's getting annoyed, like he's becoming bigger than them.
Right. Okay. And
I kind of like it.
Yeah. No, are you really teasing the breakup of the Hurt Business 4 months after Cedric Alexander joined them?
I know. That's one thing I don't
Is
like.
That really where we're going? Why can't... It's like, I always go back to this example, but it's like the Riot Squad. When the Riot Squad came up and then they split up and then like they met every now and then in the Royal Rumble and the commentators were like, oh my days, these 3 know each other from their days in the Riot Squad. You know, it's in like legendary tag team. It's like, they never did anything. No one cared. No. It's like this with the Hurt Business. It's like, they've been really good. But why? Why would you go to the trouble of teasing a breakup after 4 months? As if they've not learned any lessons from all the other teams they've broken up.
It would be booking for you.
I can't wait for T-Bar to turn on next week.
Reckoning's going to get some more itchy ass or whatever.
I think I've asked you this before, but do you think one of them turns or do you think they unmask or where does it go?
I think unmask him. It's got to have something. One thing I will say about the both Monday and Friday shows, both had good decent main events, and this was good.
Ali versus T-Bar gets too big for his boot. Ali versus T-Bar, hair versus mask. Ali wins.
Okay, I can understand that.
There you go.
But both these are like good matches. McIntyre versus Lee, really good match. McIntyre versus the Spirit Bomb, and then bounce off the rope and Claymore for the finish. And end it there. End of Drew picking Lee up, Lee walking away, Drew holding the belt. He's just beating a really big challenger. End the show there. But no, because obviously all the legends are there. And all the legends stand up applauding Drew. Fair enough, it's Legends Night. Yeah, well done, Drew. Goldberg's music hits. Goldberg comes out.
In the words of Sean Ross Sapp, Goldberg picks a fight with his imagination.
Fuck that fuck. I think right.
Well, let's go. We've got to say what he said first, Goldberg, because I know what you said back there. Disrespect. You think you're better than all these legends were back in their day. I know the disrespect. It's like, did he say that?
I don't think Drew's
I
actually.
don't remember that. And then Drew fires back with the killer line of, "If I were to face you, it'd be like fighting with my dad." And then, to be fair, Goldberg, the physicality between them, I did actually really like.
It's going to be a match there. One positive is Goldberg's not in the Rumble.
No, but I think Brock Lesnar will be.
Ah.
And I think Lesnar might win.
But at least he's not Goldberg.
I'd consider them on the same level at this point.
Fuck, who knows? Who knows indeed.
Look, Goldberg's got to get in his 2 scheduled matches, so it's got to happen at some point. The question is, will he win?
I don't know.
I wouldn't rule it out.
I really wouldn't, especially when they beat the Fiend.
Goldberg versus Daniel. Goldberg wins. Daniel Bryan wins Rumble. Goldberg versus Bryan.
Maybe.
And then Brock versus Reigns.
I still want a Goldberg KO just for KO to get retribution.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'd say yes, but then WWE won't give him it and he'd just get beat.
Oh, I know.
I don't want that. So.
But that was Raw again. It was nothing really.
It was crap apart from main event. It was awful. Tell it as it is.
That's the thing. It's just nothing full of. It was just emptiness.
Did you like the Teddy Long bit, judging by the fact it's your picture?
Yeah. I think it was.
Do you not think it comes across a little bit as wheeling out the old mint? Say the line, Teddy. Say the line. Ha 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 ha. Back in your cage, we'll call you again in a year.
A little, yeah. But I like it. You're gonna go on with the Undertaker and the Pierce. We can't do that. Okay, tag team, like it was. I think it works. It didn't feel awful. I didn't mind it. I quite liked it. I like Teddy Long though. I'm a Teddy Long stan page.
And an interesting point raised by I think someone going in Raw. When Hogan cut his promo with Drew and Sheamus, he never once referred to them as Drew or Sheamus. Do you think Hulk Hogan knows who they are?
Yes, I don't think he has a clue who they are.
You don't?
No, I don't think he knows who they are.
Interesting.
It's Goldberg and Hulk Hogan. Right.
I mean, he said Claymore Mania and he said fella, but he never went Drew and Sheamus. You know?
Maybe.
Oh, that guy! I can't believe he had the audacity to do that interview where he was like, "Yeah, I think some of the young guys are cold for me. I think they think that I'm coming to steal their spot." And I thought, no, maybe it might be something to do with the racism.
Yeah, he always comes back to that Booker T picture.
Just a hunch.
Booker T just staring at him. That was Raw though. Now for the main event, obviously, Carlito and Candice Michelle were supposed to be on the show, but due to travel restrictions, they couldn't get there. And it would have been great to see Carlito. My main event question is, because obviously it was Legends Night, what legends would you like to see return?
I would say, what legends would I like to see at the next Legends Night at the end of February?
So they can either have appeared on that show, or they could be just legends that you think, what legend would you like to see come back for a one-off match?
If they're if they're going to use them in the format that they did last night, I don't want to see any legends return.
It was a Goldberg format, so they come back for a pay-per-view match.
Oh, like a big. Okay.
I would say they have to have been in the company for maybe 10 years, 5 years. You know, they have to be there where you can say, he's probably a legend if you look.
He's not a legend, but I really want to see Jason Jordan have one more match.
Okay.
Anyone who had to retire through injury.
Yeah, Tyson Kidd for me would be
Tyson Kidd on the exact same level. Yeah.
I don't know who. Maybe Tyson Kidd Cesaro would be a lovely match.
Obvious answer. I want to see CM Punk return.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know if it could go, but I'd like to see him have it because he's loved. I don't think it'd work the same because he's always on the pre-show, but I quite like Booker. I feel like he'd have fun and maybe if the kids sign with his kids sign with them, because I've seen his kids in the ring, they look good.
I'd like to see an Impact Wrestling invasion led by WWE legend Ken Shamrock.
And then you could have Sami Callihan, but as his old gimmick. You could have Renee Michelle with wearing Drake's face. I'm trying to think of ex-WWE people who are currently on the roster.
Rich Swann.
You can have EC3 making his return to Impact.
Eric Young, Brian Myers, Heath. Good
There's
brother. Kenny Omega.
Imagine if that's how Kenny Omega ever got into WWE, was through Impact. No, it's with AEW. Shut up. Yeah, so I think your legends, Punk is obviously the biggest one. If you got enough legends, Punk for sure. But again, I wouldn't class James Jordan, Tyson as legends, but people you want to see return, I think they're definitely up there for sure.
Yeah.
If they were fit enough. So we got like the start of last year, we got Edge. Actually, no, I'll save it for next week. But thank you very much. It was a nice week in wrestling. We had the 2 Wrestle Kingdom shows. We had the lovely tribute episode, and then we had Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, which we just meh.
Meh. Very, very much.
Thank you for joining us on the channel this week for content. Tomorrow, it's Wednesday tomorrow, we have got football watching. I think Josh might be doing the Carabao Cup, Manchester United versus Manchester City. On Friday, there might be one. I don't know. Stay tuned. On Saturday at 12 p.m., 12 at lunchtime, it will be Rotherham versus Everton, FA Cup watch along. At 3 p.m., possibly Oldham versus Bournemouth, FA Cup watch along. So yeah, tune into thing. Because for once, me and Josh have got both of our teams on TV. So tune in to that. We will have the NFL playoffs this coming Sunday with Kieran and Will possibly. It's all wait and see what happens with everything going on. But we should have some playoff reactions there. What else is there? I think that's it for everything content. At the end of the month, will be Royal Rumble live reactions, and I think the podcast also will be a Royal Rumble dedicated one because it is a very, very long show. But that's close to the time. But for today and for this week, thank you very much for joining me, Simon. What have we got to look forward to coming?
The MLW, NXT AW, and Impact Genesis. I guess Genesis is the only pay-per-view. So yeah,
we'll just wait and see what happens. But thank you very much for joining me. We'll see you next week for some more Prime Wrestling content. Bye bye.
Good.